Well, it is great to be here at Common Bond today. I was just thinking, what are my favorite things in Houston? And my favorite is Common Bond.
Nice.
And now, no matter where I am showing a house, I can get to Common Bond for lunch or dinner or snacks for the kids. And so, George, I thought of you. We've known each other for over 20 years. You're one of my favorite people, so this is very natural to me. Tell me, how did Common Bond get started?
Okay, good. Thank you. That's so nice of you to say. It was started by this chef named Roy Schwartzapfel. Roy was from Houston, but went to culinary school in New York and trained in Europe, and he had this vision to create Common Bond. And so it took them many years to do it, and they opened in May of 2014 and brought people from New York to come and work here, and it was just a great concept. But unfortunately, he wasn't the best at business, and his kitchen was too small, the parking was not the best, and 6-9 months later, he moved back to New York, and that's where I stepped in. I basically met him through a mutual friend, and he was having struggles with his financial partners, and it was one of those things. I'd never been here before, and I came in, I liked it, ended up buying it.
Love that. And you've been so successful.
Thank you.
In fact, very similar to my business, when everybody shut down and was hiding in their houses,
yes.
I was out selling more real estate than I've ever sold in 2020, and you were selling more croissants. So you also gave away a lot of loaves, and that was an amazing opportunity for you to help and partner with the Houston Food Bank.
Yes.
Tell me about that. I was so excited. You called me.
Yes.
I was
for help. Yeah.
I was one of your first.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
and but then you took it to another level. Tell me. I mean, that was so cool.
So basically, what happened is, when the pandemic hit, our insides shut down, but we kept takeout, delivery, carry out, which we had never done much before. So we really had to pivot. And then
How many locations did you have at that time?
We only had 2 at that time.
2. So you're at 7.
7.
So during the pandemic, you grew 5. Okay,
yeah, we were in the middle of a growth spurt. So it wasn't the best time to grow during the pandemic, but it's also sometimes the best time to grow. And so what happened about we did a 10,000 baguette challenge to give food to the food banks and Salvation Army and different charities, because we had the bakers and we had the bread, and we got some great friends like you that helped to buy them, and we donated some, and our purveyor for the flour donated the flour, and it was just really a community effort, and it kept our bakers working during the pandemic. So it was great with our partners to be able to feed the people. We had the bakers, we had the bread, the flour purveyor donated the flour. It was really a team effort. And when I started, I never had envisioned that we'd get to 10,000. But we got to 10,000, and it's so emotional when you deliver it. Like the first time I delivered to the food bank, it wasn't the food bank itself, it was a stadium in A-Leaf area. And when I pulled up in the truck with the bread, there was already hundreds and hundreds of cars in line that are waiting in line. And these were not, beat up cars. These were some nice cars that people just out of money and out of jobs. It was March, April, May. I mean, it was really a dark period of time for Houston, and people really stepped up, and we were grateful to be able to offer that.
You know what, George, besides the healthcare workers, I feel like you are also one of the people that the city would call, you're a frontline worker.
Yes.
Because food is so important,
yes.
Not just then but now. Are you still doing things like that with Houston Food Bank? I mean, what do you think the state of the city is with all these very hungry still people that
I think it's still a challenge, and now we're fortunately starting to get the economy rolling again, so I think the problems are lessening, but it's still a major problem, and so we're doing whatever we can to help every charity that we can and still stay in business. So when you're growing, and we didn't lay anybody off the whole time. That was very important to me. Some people wanted to stay home, they didn't feel safe, but we never laid anyone off. And like you said, we ended up growing through the process. We were already planning a drive-through, but we worked quicker. We found one that was available in April and was opened by May in the Heights. So it's sometimes you got to make lemonade out of lemons, and that's what we try to do.
Your drive-through is in the chicken and waffles place, right?
Yes.
So do people come and tell you how much they miss that chicken and waffles
No,
on
they
Heights
like-
Boulevard?
No, they like what we provide.
You know what we like as realtors is we can
Yes.
just drive through, take them to open houses, and so that's been a big deal. In fact, your catering staff
Yes.
called
Yes,
me
Kim.
and said, hey, we want to do some things with realtors.
Yes, yep.
So what is your experience?
Yes.
And you know,
Yes.
we need food.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that that'll sell a house,
Yes,
but it
it
will
helps.
get more
Yeah.
realtors
Yes.
there, and it just makes it more homey.
Homey.
Like I like meeting you here. So,
Yes.
I mean, this coffee is
Yes,
amazing.
yes,
I
yes.
get this coffee all week, all the time. What is your favorite? What do you?
This is a decaf vanilla latte with oat milk. It's so good.
It is so good. So you got the vanilla oat milk. Mine is regular, add sugar, but I'm going to try that next
Yes,
time.
very
I'm
good.
gonna Try that next time.
Very tasty.
So, are you going to do more drive-throughs like you did with that
Yes,
one?
yes, we have. We opened our second one in Garden Oaks. Our third one's in construction at the Marquee at I-10 and Silver.
Oh wow!
And then
Okay.
we're having two smaller units, one in the Ion in the old Sears Midtown building. We're very excited about that. And then one at the Drury Place, which is also in Midtown. And then we're looking for other drive-through locations. We built this amazing, beautiful restaurant downtown in the Bank of America Tower, and we have not opened it. Our open date
Wait,
is
what?
Our open date is September 13th.
Okay.
And it's a full bar, brasserie, bakery. It's above the understory. It's the only building that has all 5 tunnels. And so it was really hard not to be able to open it, to finish it, and to make the choice to not open it because downtown is still very bare. But we hope in September with the vaccines that'll be back somewhat to normal. And if it's 50-60% occupancy, I think we'll do really well downtown.
What's it called? Can you share?
Common Bond
Oh, it is
Bakery,
Common Bond
Bakery and
Bakery.
Brasserie instead of Bistro.
Bakery and brasserie. Is there outdoor seating?
Outdoor seating.
So
yes.
that's a little bit of your signature, right?
Yes,
You,
it's
you
a beer.
inherited this.
Yes.
Then you grew this.
Yeah.
So are you doing that at all your Common Bonds?
Not all of them. It just varies. Some of them are. This is the only brasserie we'll make. It has an enhanced menu. It has a full bar. We have one in Spring at City Place that has a full bar. So we're experimenting with different concepts, but people love our bakery items. They love our items. They love our food. So it's just a matter of how you execute and what place fits at that area to try to match it to be successful.
That is wonderful. You're probably one of the hardest working entrepreneurs that I know. You don't delegate. I mean, obviously you have wonderful
I do
people working
delegate.
about you.
I do delegate.
But you are there. You
Yes.
are involved in every single decision. How many do you see Common Bond? I mean, is this something you're going to franchise, or
Yeah,
what are your thoughts right now? You're
Yeah, I do delegate. I have an amazing team, so I don't want to. I have some of the best leadership people. We just got out of a leadership meeting. And I'm so proud. Some of them were on Zoom, some of us in person, but just to see their interactions and the quality of the work that they're doing is off the chart. I think Houston can handle 20 locations, either a drive-through or full restaurant. I mean, we get franchise requests every week. People
really?
email us from either in Houston or outside of Houston. I had one recently for Tampa Bay. I had one recently for Dallas. People that come here that hear about us either from Google reviews or word of mouth. A lot of our visitors are from all over the world, and so it's really nice to meet them. If you ever listen, sometimes you hear different languages being spoken, and it's truly a international feel.
Well, I think more than ever we need connections, and you can come in here and get everything from coffee to, to tea, and you have your croissants. You're serving warm, not exactly healthy, but warm, wonderful comfort food.
Yeah.
And I think we need that more than ever.
Yeah, and Common Bond, the whole name was developed to the bond of family and friends around food. And so that's what we're trying to execute. If it's bread, or if it's a salad, if it's an entree, if it's a pastry, a dessert, we want people to connect and have a conversation. And it was hard during the pandemic, but they were doing it at home. We went from 100% in the location to 80% takeout to-go delivery.
Wow.
Once we started getting seats back. And now it's probably 60% still takeout, delivery, and carry out, and 40% inside.
Do you think that's going to stay like that? Do you think people adopted these traditions or habits of this takeout carry? They want to be at home more? Because certainly my business has just blown up.
Yes.
Everybody's concentrating on making their houses prettier, larger, moving to get more space around them.
Yeah.
So I just wonder. We're anticipating a really great year.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be even better for the food industry.
Yeah.
Because people are going to get back out. But
Yeah.
do you think they're going to keep doing this takeout, carry out? Have you ramped up to?
Yeah, I mean, I think people are realizing how easy it is. So I don't think it'll go away. If they contact Uber Eats, DoorDash, or whatever, they just understand how quick it can be. So I think for us, like right now, we're probably 60-40 takeout delivery. It's probably going to flip. It's going to probably be 60-80 in-house, but it's still 20% more than we did before because we were always pretty much 100% in-house.
Right. So when you come in, what do you order?
It
What's your favorite?
Depends on mood.
What's your favorite pastry?
The pistachio croissant.
Okay. What's your favorite meal?
Right now we just added a shrimp po' boy. And being from South Louisiana, I love the bread he's created. The chef has created amazing, softer French bread, and the shrimp are amazing. So that's my favorite. But it changes every time I come.
Now, can you get that at all the locations? Are all the menus the same?
All the locations except the drive-through. So the drive-through, what differentiates it is the drive-through is grab and go, like sandwiches and salads, and then the bistros and the brasserie are more hot meals and the bakery items. So all the bakery items are always the same, but the food itself, the savory items in the bistros and the brasseries, they're hot, cooked to order. The on-the-goes, which we call the drive-throughs, and the smaller locations, those are sandwiches and salads that are made in that day, but prepared, ready to go, just to be grabbed.
So, is this your favorite store? Do you have a favorite?
It's like, what's your favorite kid? They're all my favorites.
I know.
And I love all the staff. I love the general manager here. Her name's Jordan. She's so great. I mean, everybody's just wonderful. We got an amazing team, and it's fun to walk in and see them working and hear the reviews and read Google what people say and what our ratings are. It's just it gives me satisfaction.
Because I've known you for so long, I've never heard you say a bad word about anybody, so I know everybody around you is amazing.
Thank you.
You're so good to everybody you meet.
Thank you.
You've been great to me and my family, and I just want to say congratulations on your success.
Thank you.
And to more common bonds.
To more common bonds.
Absolutely.
Cheers.